Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message to talk to those of you who may be shacking up with someone. Several years ago, I briefly talked about this, but in a video message that I made several years ago, I was not as detailed in that video message as I'll be in this video message. Now, don't get me wrong, I know the world has changed. The way people think, the way people feel about different things, the way that people do things is so different now. And shacking up with someone that you are not married to is nothing new. But I think what needs to be talked about is the risk that you take and the possibilities of things going in the wrong direction when you stay in situations like this. And I was just led to make this and talk about this topic because if some of you all have not experienced this, I truly believe as time goes on, you may experience it if you don't make a change. The video message is not for everybody. I don't expect everyone to receive it. I don't expect everyone to be in agreement with it. And I don't expect everyone to like it. And guess what? It's okay with me. I'm just here to bring a different perspective and give information. But it's truly up to you at the end of the day if you want to take the information or not. But anyway, what I wanted to tell you guys is this. When you live with someone, some of you all made that decision because it put you in a level of comfort and you were confident in it. When you connect with someone that you love and you all become exclusive with each other and you fall in love with each other, you may be in a situation where if you all got together young, you want to be out the house under your parents or your guardians or whatever because you want the privacy. And when you are in love with someone, you don't want a lot of distractions and other people around. You don't want to live on other people's rules and their time and things of that nature. I understand that. But I also know that, excuse me, a lot of people who connect with each other and they do move in together, some of you all have made these decisions because you share a child or children with the man or woman that you are with. You all at some point may have even had a discussion about marriage. And so it's on the table, but time is steady passing. The years are steady passing and no change has been made as far as you all officially getting married. Now, I just want to throw a couple of things out there just to put something on you all's mind that you should think about, because God forbid one of you all wind up in this situation, you would not know how to handle it if it hits home for you. Now, I don't promote premarital sex and I would never promote people shacking up. I tell you guys this all the time, but I do understand that everybody is not saved. Everybody does not know the word of God, and people are going to ultimately do what they want to do regardless. But let me just throw some things out there. When you live with somebody that you are not with, God forbid that man or that woman gets sick. If they get sick to the point where a medical decision has to be made, more than likely you are not going to be making it. That man or woman's, excuse me, that man or woman's siblings, parents, grandparents, or whoever, they are going to make the final medical decisions when it comes to that particular man or woman. And you may get offended, you may be hurt because some of you all have been with the man or woman in your life for so long. You just feel entitled to do particular things. And I'm not going to say you're necessarily wrong, but the reality of the situation is when the chips fall and something serious goes down with that man or woman you're living with, you will probably more than likely not have the last say. In some cases, I've heard or I've seen where a woman was with a man and that man got injured or hurt or something like that, and the girlfriend came through and the family loved her and they respected her and they allowed her to make decisions. But that is not everybody's story. A lot of you all are in situations with a man or with a woman and the family is rude, the family is ignorant, the family is ghetto, the family is volatile. So if something goes down with that particular man or woman, they coming at your head. They are coming to your doorstep, and they're going to come with the drama because that's their son or that's their daughter. So I first want you all to think about that. You think about the fact that, God forbid, something happens to that man or woman that you live with. Now, you're not married to them, but if something goes down, more than likely, if it's really serious, like their life is on the line, you're not going to be in the front of the line to make the decisions as far as the direction they're supposed to go in as far as medically. That's number one. And number two, if something goes down where they in the hospital and it's serious, they may not even let you come in the room to see that man or that woman because you really are not family. And a lot of hospitals, depending on where you go, they don't honor the boyfriend or the girlfriend. You have to literally be the husband or the wife or an actual sibling or a parent. Number two that I want to throw out. Some of you all, regardless to the fact that you have children with a man or a woman and you're living there and you may be great where that family loves you, but if that man or woman dies, if they pass away, whatever that man or woman own, again, more than likely, you will not have say-so in distributing money, checks, or property they own, or any possessions that was in that household, whether you bought it or not. Because unfortunately, some mothers, some fathers, some grandparents, some siblings, they feel like whether he or she bought this or not, it was my brother's. It was my brother's house too. It was my sister's house. My sister bought so-and-so. And even though you all have the right to feel like, okay, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, they live with me, we both put our money together and we bought these things. You cannot necessarily get upset when their family comes around and they're trying to take certain things, because in the end, not for all of you, but for some of you, they will look at you and just simply say, you are not that man or that woman's husband or wife. Period, point blank. So the bottom line, those are just two examples that I'm using. It's so many more things that I could say, but I want to try to keep this video short and sweet. You guys get the gist of what I'm saying. But the bottom line is, if you do not want a certain level of drama, you don't want drama at all. But when it comes to this situation, all I'm saying to you all in love and respectfully and from the spirit, you have to change your situation around. Don't take this information and twist it to where I'm saying you go and you start as a woman yelling at your man saying, you need to marry me. You need to marry me now. You can't force a man to marry you. But I will tell you this in love. You should probably start having conversations asking that man where you stand with him. You need to be asking that man, do you plan on marrying me? Do you view me or see me as your wife? We've been together for 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years. We have a few children, and I am still not your wife. And even though everybody does not believe in marriage, marriage not only is honored by God and blessed by God, but it is also another level of protection for you. It's not just protection for the man, but it's also protection for you as the woman. I am not about to spew out things that the world spews out, telling you, oh, this goes down, you get that man for 50-50. You get half, he get half. This is not the conversation. So I don't want this to go over you all's head. What I want you all to just think about is, you have to stop playing these childish games and stop playing with the time in your life. When you are in love with someone and you have been with them for a certain amount of time, and you all are doing everything that married people do, you're having sex, you're birthing out children, you all know each other's personal business, social security numbers, you all know how much each other makes. You all are closing on properties. You're closing on houses. You own a lease in an apartment. You know, you own a condo. You all are doing all this major stuff that couples who are married do. But for whatever reason, Many of you are avoiding marriage. And when something goes down, if you all get to a place or a crossroad where you no longer want to be together and one of you all want to leave, you want to leave and you want to start a new life, or someone else steps on the scene, then the other party gets hurt. They get jealous. They get offended. And then what happens? If children are involved, then the court system gets involved. And then it's child support. Then it's supervised visits. Then it's visitations. Then it's custody. When you see this type of drama happening, although it can happen in marriages too, but we're not addressing that. See, if it's married people that's going through this, you all still got to understand. Just bring your mind up to another level. That couple is still married. They still made a promise to each other. They are still responsible for each other. There are still legal obligations there that they cannot simply walk away from. So I'm just throwing this information out there because respectfully, I think some of you all need to start looking over your life and being more serious about your life and decisions that you're making with this particular thing. Stop shacking up, guys. Stop shacking up. You need to set a standard for yourself. And you need to put your foot down. This is for men and women. Put your foot down and stop playing house and literally start building your house. If you've been with that man or you've been with that woman for years and you love them for real, not you manipulating them, not you breadcrumbing them, not you playing games and you just with them because you want a place to stay or you need a place to stay, but you really fear losing that man or woman. You really want to keep your family unit together because you share children with that person. I want you guys to stop playing with your life. Stop playing with your time. You will lay up and shack up and be with a particular man or woman for so many years, and the rest of your youth gets sucked out of you. And if they decide to walk away from you or you all break up, you will sit back and become enraged with yourself. And you probably will say, why did I not leave sooner? That's what this video message is. I want to put this on you all's mind. The world is changing. Things are shifting. This year, you all will see so many things that are not good begin to happen. You will see it. And you will be, so many of you all, and I speak from the Spirit, many of you all are about to get to a place. He's about to put some of you all at a place where you're going to have to make a decision. Is this the man that I want to be with? Is this the woman ultimately that I want to be with? Is this the woman that I want to marry? I see myself living the rest of my life with her. I see myself living the rest of my life with him. Change your situation. Change your story. Have your obligations and your matters in order. Because again, God forbid something goes left or something goes down. You don't want to be left out here where you are in a real battle and fight financially, spiritually, or with that man or woman's loved ones. You don't want it. Some of you all, you invite this type of drama in your life, and it's simply based off you not making the appropriate decision. This is why God honors marriage. This is why God is not about to be in the midst of chaos, confusion, and mess. This is why God wants us married before we begin having sex and procreating. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. Those who have ears, receive it. And those of you who don't, Move on. I still love you. Well, guys, I know it's a sad time for you, but I gotta go. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. I'm not worried about it because I know you will forgive me in the morning.